Hello and welcome to game number 3. That's right, we have got ourselves a game number 3 in this loser bracket. Round number 1 match. We have got ourselves the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament. We are in Group C, and each group is basically a double elimination bracket, a mini one if you will. The top 2 of each group will move on to the playoffs. We already have the Nile Esports, Dignitas, Team Dignitas making it through. And EG is waiting for one of these 2 teams in the loser bracket finals. That's the 4 teams that are playing, so 4FC, Denal, EG, and Dignitas. And as Dignitas is already making it through to the playoffs, we only have 1 slot left. And this game will be dropping one of the 3 remaining teams out of the competition, and we'll only have 2 teams left. Loser bracket finals will be played later today, after this best of 3. So Denal, 4FC, both teams taking 1 game. 4FC in the first game, after getting their items very convincing, after getting the Lone Druid with the Radiance, it was going their way. Very convincing. And Denial, same thing goes for them. Once they started, like, their aggressive trial already went okay. But, it wasn't, like, it wasn't a stomp on the aggressive trial. But once the rotations started coming in, and the rotations from 4FC kept lacking kills and kept making trades that you kind of couldn't afford, 4FC just got more and more behind, and their cores getting shut down. Denial just rolling over them in the end with a Naga Siren as well. Naga Siren though, first ban out. 4FC, they do not want to face that again. Bedrider, Wisp, 2 heroes that we'll see banned out again, and for the first time this best of 3 we'll see a Treant Protector banned out. That's the hero that Denial has had both games so far. We have a Darkseer and a Dragonite now picked up by Denial. They picked up the Darkseer as the first pickup. The Lone Druid and the Rubik were the ones that 4FC went for. So Rubik, we saw that previous game played by Strangby as well, and went really, it went okay. I mean, they're a team on the losing side, and if you are on the losing side and you don't take down that many towers, it's always tough for your supports to find farm, but he did okay with that, I think. Lone Druid, though, is going to be, of course, Krilly's hero for this game, and he's going to be very happy that it's there. By the way, we're playing on US East, for people wondering. And still Iwo is not here, by the way. We have the same stand-in for Denial. Prodigious, that's his name. Prodigious. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that fast in a team fight, by the way. It will just be the hero that he plays. Yeah, we have some bans though. We've got the Juggernaut and the OD, 2 heroes that 4FC were having in the first game that these 2 teams played on the winning side, so, they don't want to face that again. We've got a Gyrocopter and a Jakiro getting banned out. And Gyrocopter hasn't made it through the draft so far yet. I mean, he's been banned out every single game. Jakiro, of course, a hero that Denial was able to make worth there a while in the previous game with nicely placed Ice Paths from Mystico. 4FC having the first pick here after this banning phase. What are they gonna pick up? Do they want to still go for a Lina or a Leshrek like we have seen them go for? Or do they rather want to pick up an Enigma again? I mean, it didn't really work out in the previous game. And they go for a jungler, but a different one this time. It is a Chen. With the Lifestealer now on the side of the Nile, they have got themselves a very melee heavy lineup, and yeah, Lone Druid is kind of okay against those. I mean, one entangle, you're gonna get stuck. I say melee heavy, I know that a Dragonite can turn himself into a ranged dragon, but still quite painful if he does get entangled. Lifestealer though, solid hero, high win rates. And 4FC will have to find a way to deal with it. Of course, with this also Denial revealing that they have 2 cores here. Better yet, if you have a Lifestealer and a Dragonite, you can actually go for a 3rd core. You have to make sure that you can hold your game though, and of course Darkseer would then be in the jungle. But in theory it's still possible. I think though we're gonna see the Darkseer on the off lane, Lifestealer on the safe lane, Dragonite in the mid lane. It's the most logical thing, unless Denial wants to try and go for the aggressive trial lane, in which case Darkseer would go on a safe lane. And Lifestealer, of course, profiting from setup supports. So Denial doesn't really have any supports just yet. Setup supports are heroes like the Disruptor. No, not Disruptor, even though he's one of those as well. But I mean the guy that disrupts. So the Shadow Demon, as well as the Bane. You might want to pick up the Bane also to make sure that 4FC, just in case they don't get it. And 4FC, they're ticking into their bonus time, thinking about their next pickup. Do they want to already secure their mid laner? Or do they want to secure their secondary support, or an extra carry, rather? Secondary support, of course, already has a Chen. It is a Beastmaster that they go for, so a roar on the board for a Lifestealer. Of course, that's the target that you want to target with that. And 4FC Beastmaster, gonna be interesting to see that. I don't think we've seen them play that yet in the last couple of games that we've seen from them. Of course, that's gonna be their mid lane. And the mid lane up against a Dragon Knight should be pretty okay for a Beastmaster. Like, they both don't really have something that makes them win the lane. But with the both of them, they should be able, at least both not be able to lose it. So it should be a wash. Maybe with rotations coming in from the Chen, they might be able to do something. And of course, Chen is one of those heroes that you can expect that from. Keeper of the Light, a lot less. Not that high aggression hero. And we have 4FC banning out a setup hero. It is a Shadow Demon that they decide to remove. We still have the Bane in the pool. If the Nile goes for that though, I don't think 4FC is going to be too sad about that, because that means that if there's a Fiend script, Rubik will be able to steal it. Of course, it's a channeled spell, and channeled spells are almost impossible not to steal unless your spell is on cooldown. We got the Alchemist or the last ban here for the Nile, of course, if you want to expect another carry, which we actually can expect. And that's a good one. We still have the Mirana and the Kunkka in the pool. Two heroes that Strangby plays a lot, but it's hard to predict this one for the carry, because of course 4FC, they're playing with a stand-in carry. Strangby is playing the support role these games that we've seen so far, and that leaves the stand-in 6-1-16 playing the carry heroes, and we don't know what his signature heroes are or his most successful heroes. We still have a Luna in the pool, but I think that was not one of his most successful heroes. I think we can safely say that. Still have to have a carry that can do something mid-game as well, though. That is not too squishy. Because of course Dragon Knight at level 6, he's already gonna start to maybe rotate with his Dragon form. Lifestealer also. You never know where he's gonna be when he has his Infest. And you need to be able to buy time for that Lone Druid to get ahead.
10 seconds remaining.
The 4FC, 7 seconds left. What are they gonna go for?
Anti-mage.
Anti-mage. Now, Anti-mage is one of the heroes that is, if he is getting okay farm, is ready at about the 25/30 minute mark. And I think we might even see the Anti-mage on the safe lane this game, having a Lone Druid on the off lane. Might not be ideal for Krilly like he had in the first game, free farm, but it's not bad. And he should be able to survive it as well. The Nile with the last pickup. Is it going to be a carry here, or sorry, a secondary support or jungle hero? We still have the Enigma and the Enchantress in the pool if they want to try and go for one of those two. Darkseer, of course, if they want to, can go into the jungle and they could pick up another core hero. And when I say core hero, I desperately hope that it's not going to be a Keeper of the Light, but hey, who knows, right? They've got a lot of bonus time left though. And even if they already know what they're gonna pick, they can of course use this time to decide how 4FC is gonna lane this and how they're gonna lane against it.
Crystal Maiden.
And they pick up the Crystal Maiden second time today. I have to say, I'm not convinced. We saw her in the first game. Of course they lost the first game. Wasn't really Crystal Maiden that made them lose it, but it's still not the most aggressive hero. And like that bear, if he gets a Radiance, that Crystal Maiden is gonna get burned to death from the Radiance burn. Of course, if 4FC is going to run their Lone Druid on the offlane, that Radiance will be very low. And apparently signature hero for 61-16 is Mirana. Good to know. It's going to be an anti-mage though. But who knows if 4FC is able to win this one. Then we are going to see them again up against EG. And of course, that's the one that we haven't seen yet. We have seen, like, the first game that 4FC had was up against Dignitas. And then we had a game where Denial was up against EG. And of course, both of these two teams have lost their games in the first round. So it was EG Dignitas that we had as the winners bracket finals after that. But if 4FC wins this one, they will be up against a team that they haven't been up against. While if Denial wins this one, they'll be up against a team that they have just lost against yesterday 2-0. So Spoiler if you haven't seen them, I'm sorry. It's okay though, I think there's tons of VODs for you to watch that you haven't seen yet. There are so many games. So many Dota games that you haven't seen yet, I think. And I haven't seen yet. It's hard to keep track, but hey, we do our best, right? Let's see who's playing what, right? Strangby, once again, on the Rubik. We have got 61-16 playing the anti-mage, all going top lane. It's going to be a safe top lane with Boomski on his chin, going inside the dire jungle, so semi-trial lane. In the mid lane, we'll see Blomberg taking on the Beastmaster, no real surprise there, and the Lone Druid will be played by Krilly on the off lane. Let's see how successful he is going to be here. Maybe able to pull a couple of creep waves. He's lucky. There's only one Darkseer though, like Darkseer is one of those heroes that will push the lane out and will actually help Krilly a little bit. Like he has played up against a Darkseer before and he should be able to do quite good with it because hey, he played up against it in the first game as well and he won it, even though it was on a different lane, it was on a safe lane. Lane is still gonna get pushed towards your tower with the iron shells. And Nova here on the top lane, bit of a back and forth, or at least only a fourth regen ruined by the Crystal Main. Let's see who's playing what for the Nile, who run an aggressive trail in here. Nova will be playing the Lifestealer. It will be Masoku playing the Keeper of the Light on the aggressive trial lane. Mystico on the Crystal Main. I'm not convinced about this aggressive trial lane though. Like I was talking about setup heroes, right? That you want to have with the Lifestealer. The reason that you want to have setup heroes, by the way, wait a second. Smash will be playing the Dragonite in the middle lane. We already have some Illuminates here flying through. Look at that harassment, it's actually quite a lot. No Frostbite just yet, but the Nova will be there. Trees getting eaten all around. But yeah, Smash on the Dragonite in the mid lane, and then Prodigious playing the Darkseer on the bottom lane. That makes the last one right there. So yeah, I was talking about the setup that you want to have for the Lifestealer. So you want to have basically, you know, a Disruption, a Nightmare, just to get Lifestealer in range of the hero. Frostbite will do the same thing, but the duration of Frostbite is just a lot less, a lot lower. Nice location here for the Keeper of Light. Those Illuminates coming straight through there, hitting on most people there. Couldn't draw an arrow. How sad. Pulls the creep wave away, making sure that the lane is gonna get a little bit more pushed. Still level 1 on the Crystal Main though, so no Frostbite just yet. Of course, you gotta imagine Frostbite with an Illuminate over the top and a Nova to send him on his way. It's not gonna kill him straight away, but it is gonna slow him down, and imagine Open Wounds then as well, and it should be enough for the Lifestealer to catch up after Anti-Mage landed after his blink. It might be enough for him to still be in range and get the kill in the end as well. So yeah, it's something that 4FC has to be careful about, but I mean, they have got a bit of a counter initiator. It is Strangby on the Rubik. One telekinesis can stop an initiation in its tracks, and he has a bit of an easier time than other supports might have, considering, of course, he has got a carry that has an escape mechanism built in, right? Oh, Keeper of Light being a pervert again. Like, yeah, if you are playing with Keeper of Light in a game and you're playing a female character, you're gonna feel violated once you stand next to the Keeper of the Light. In the meantime, Krilly, 6-1, is actually having a bit of a tough time up against the Darkseer who rotated, Darkseer who got himself an Invis rune. 8-1. Leaving Lone Druid to farm. If they don't get the skill, that might be actually good for 4FC. The lane completely pushed in. Blomberg is gonna be safe next to his tower, and that's gonna be one Invis rune wasted, and one Darkseer wasting a ton of time. And the Surge only level 1 is not going to last long enough for him to rotate back real fast. And Krilly just saying, you know, miss bottom. Blomberg maybe going to be a little bit extra safe with that. Blomberg sitting on 14-1, Smash on 15-2, so fairly even, but slightly in favor of Smash, as we see now as well. Just Smash getting a bit of extra freedom, while Blomberg doesn't have a bottle yet. Courier is actually bringing her towards him right now. And with the free time that Krilly has, he's almost level 4. Level 4 already there for the Darkseer though, but look at that harassment. He doesn't have boots. And he's actually gonna search himself away. But yeah, TP incoming from the Crystal Main. Might be able to slow down Krilly's farm a bit. I mean, they're not getting a kill on the top lane anyway. Why even try, right? The harassment from Masoku will still be there. But no kills. And talking about no kills, in comes Boomski. Wow, 61-16 just jumped himself into an Illuminate. Strangby. Telekinesis. Are they gonna go for this? Nah, they couldn't. They would have to dive towers for that, and that's not really worth it. We have a rotation though, Mystico. He comes. Oh my god, he walks right into Blumberg. One Nova, a couple of last hits needed. Here comes Smash. What's he doing? And that's still gonna be Blumberg dead though, but Smash just gave credit for the first blood to the Dragon Knight, and that Beastmaster would have died anyway. That was a bit awkward. 1 for 1. 4FC is in favor of that one, for sure. Crystal Maiden is going to be very happy with it, though. I mean, she just got a solo kill, basically. I mean, nobody around to share experience with. Nobody around to share gold with. That's going to be good. Well, actually, that's not... The gold part is not true, obviously. You still get gold if you get an assist. But yeah, everybody back again on full HP and mana. We have got a level 6 for Blumberg. He got some experience from that kill, obviously. And you see the level difference. Level 5 still on the Dragon Knight. In the meantime, Anti-Mage sitting at level 4. 11 for 4 last hits. Nova sitting on 19 for 6. So, getting a bit ahead here. We have a rotation though. Supports coming towards the mid lane. Boomski and Strangby want to try to shut that dragon down. But Dragon pops his dragon form. Goes for a dragon tail. Blumberg turns it around with a roar though. In comes the support. And that's going to be Smash, regretting that he ever came there. Telekinesis is going to be there, and the kill goes to Blumberg. Second kill of the game. Second kill on the Dragon. Second kill for Blumberg. In the meantime, Krillin level 6, so he has got an entangle up his sleeve. He has to get lucky though. Level 5 still up on the Darkseer, so he's getting himself ahead. Lone Druid, that is. 28 for 1 on the Darkseer though, with Krillin sitting on 17 to 4. So, in terms of last hits, Krillin still slightly behind, but levels doing nicely. And now with the lane coming towards his tower, he can get those last hits as well, if he actually is able to last hit under his tower. Which apparently is not.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Smash. Yeah, died twice. Good sad. Kinda sad. But no rotation just yet from these solo mids. I mean, both of the players, of course, have got this ulti that they might try to use to get some kills. We've got a Roar on one side, which is up almost again. Haste Rune there up on Blumberg. Or maybe gonna go bottom, as in the bottom lane. Lone Druid can't get a kill here just yet. Maybe if the bear was closer. Maybe if the bear had face boots, might be able to catch up on the Crystal Maiden. One hit entangle? No. 2 hit entangle? Fate Bolt? Yeah, not entangle needed. That's a kill. Nice Fate Bolt coming up from Strangby and Crystal Maiden, just super slow. Even though, of course, she does have boots. She is still slower than the average hero. They didn't get the Darkseer though, so he is still alive for now. In the meantime, Nova is still farming 29 to 9 on the top lane. Anti-Mage still having to play it safe. 20 for 10. And Blumberg waiting for that bottle to come back. Maybe then, maybe rotating. In the meantime, 61-16. I mean, it's like I already call us from. I know that, but oh, he might actually go down. Links himself away. Has to run from a Keep of Light. Kinda sad. 1 level in Spell Shield is actually really nice if you're up against Keeper of the Light. Wait a second, Smash is getting netted up. The Roar was already done, and that's gonna be a kill. Smash goes down for the 3rd time this game. As Mystico comes in. That Centaur still has a sun up his sleeve, though. Illuminate will fly through the Centaur, and Centaur will end up getting sent home. Nicely done by Boomski. Well, I say getting sent home, but there's actually nothing there. I think he died still. Even though the cooldown is there from the Test of Faith. Creeps are teleported instantly, but yeah, he picks up a new one. Really? With boots and 200 gold? Face boots now up on the bear, so that will allow him to chase down Crystal Maidens a little bit easier. And if we look at net worth, he's actually doing quite okay. He is 3rd on the list, 2nd highest for his team, next to the Beastmaster, who is highest on everybody's list. Level 8 as well. I'm still expecting him to do more with the Roar that he's going to be having up soon again, though. With Telekinesis and Net's going to be there first. They go for Smash. Smash is not having a fantastic game here. Lands some harassment, but will end up going down again for the 4th time this game. 4-0 to 4. He didn't even get an assist for the kill upon Blumberg. Never mind that. He didn't get anything there. What am I saying? Earlier on, I really thought he had an assist. Mystico's double damage rune just ended, but he'll still go for the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage blink, no, Frostbite's gonna be there, and that's gonna be no blink, that's gonna be an infest out, and Nova gets himself a kill. Krilly comes in though, goes for the Crystal Maiden first. I mean, why miss out on a very nice kill? And this is no entangle on cooldown just yet. He wasn't lucky. Maybe Nova's gonna be the entangle though. Let's see. That's an entangle. Let's rage him out though. Let's see, is the rage long enough? It's only level 1. In comes the telekinesis. Strangby is in range. No, he is not, and the Surge is gonna keep him safe. I think if Strangby didn't go for the auto attacks in between running, he might have been able to catch out the Lifestealer with the telekinesis, but no can do, no such lucks. Chen picks himself up some mana boots as his first item. No first item mechanism, but mana boots is going to be the call here. And they're going to try to push down the tower a little bit with the creeps that are around. They will be able to get some skeleton kings thingies as well.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And force away the Darkseer. Nice steal by Strangby, by the way, to infest out, clearing out some creeps there. Illuminates will try to stop the push from happening. Still though, the Chen creeps are tanky enough to withstand that, and the tower will still go down. Frostbite gonna be on the bear. Bear taking quite a bit of damage here. Also, Mystico with his ulti vacuuming it as well. Illuminate will fly through, and that's Strangby running himself out of there. Should be safe, but surge forward. There's no Frostbite up on Mystico, no mana up on Mystico at all. Skipped his aura completely, by the way, even though it got buffed. And the tower is still standing. But it's in deny range, actually. 135. 134. 135. Nova in the meantime with Treads, Hand of Midas. Rotates himself bottom, trying to get some more farm up there. I mean, he wasn't doing bad. He's still highest for his team. He's still close to being the #1. Especially with that Hand of Midas, he will catch up on the Beastmaster. Beastmaster will roam around a little bit more. Considering he is a Beastmaster, he wants to try and go for kills. Wants to try and make his roar useful. Talking about trying to get kills, in comes a Frostbite holding Anti-Mage in place. Illuminate will hit, and that's going to be a vacuum and a blink away. And just in time this time, there we go. I was going to say, I really suggest him getting a level 1 spell shield. He is getting it right now, and we'll be able to stay alive a lot longer next time. Smash though, not so lucky. We'll end up going down. Got ourselves a Dragon Blood #2, but it's not enough. The roar is there, the entangles might not have been there actually. Telekinesis is still there, Fate Bolts, and I mean, of the 8 kills that 4FC has done, 5 of those have been on the Dragonite, and that means that in terms of mid-game presence, the Nile doesn't really have that much. They have a Lifestealer, but Lifestealer still needs a little bit more items before it can actually do something. In the meantime, tier 1 tower getting pressured here on the top lane, but they are trading it for tier 1 middle, which is a way more important tower than that top lane tower for 4FC. And in comes Strangby actually, in comes 61. They go for the Crystal Maiden first, infest out there as well. And they look for more, they look for the TP out. Is there gonna be a mana void? No, it's on cooldown. Telekinesis is not gonna be in time there for Strangby. Wasn't in range, actually has it on cooldown, never mind that. And they get the tower in the end as well. Lone Druid coming in from behind, making sure he gets himself that extra piece of gold. He's been in 5 out of the 9 kills, and even though his bottom lane hasn't been really... Oh, 5 out of the 9 kills. Sorry, I had the Rubik in hand. But yeah. Okay, he's been in 3 out of the 9 kills. It's still not bad, but his last hits are actually still not something to write home about. Never mind that. Tier 2 tower. Do we see... Are we gonna see it fly? No? Stop flying? Damn. It was of course Rubik stealing something. It's actually not gonna steal it until it reaches him. Wait a second, we're gonna follow Rubik here. There we go. He got chakra magic. That was funny.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
61-16. Oh, my bad. I was 5 HP off on the deny range. Sue me, people. Sue me. But yeah, then lucky for 4FC. That was to get that tower.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh my god, I made a mistake. I'm gonna get lynched by the mob. It was so cool running away. Anti-Mage being pretty bossy here. I'm not quite sure why. He's out of mana completely, doesn't have a mana void. Maybe Roshan is gonna be the one that they want to go for. They did of course have that medallion, of course, up on Blumber. That makes the Roshan a little bit easier. Of course, it would have been already doable with Krilly there, with this bear being level 4. As in, a level 4 bear. Meantime, bottom lane is going to be where the Niall's at. They have got an invis smash. Smash, can he finally get something done? Anti-Mage, trouble. In comes a Frostbite as well. He tries to run though. Blink away, maybe. No, blink. No. He can run. He can blink. He's fine. Infest out's going to be too late. Anti-Mage is safe.
Roshan has fallen to the Dota.
And that's going to be the Roshan down. Tier 1 tower gets denied on the bottom lane. I guess it was below 130 HP. Cool. So, do they still want to continue going is the question. Nova actually walked up quite far here. He hasn't got an infest anymore, so no escape mechanism for him. Darkseer has got his mechanism though. No Darkseer roll just yet. Probably wants to get that at level 10 to have level 2 and level 11. And the thing is, like, Darkseer is a great hero, right? But it's not so great up against Lone Druid. I mean, it loses a little bit of value. It's still great, but if you copy a Lone Druid, you don't get anything. Like, you know, you don't get the bear. You need to copy the bear. That's where the farm is going to be on. Of course, copying an Anti-Mage is still going to be quite nice, but the thing is, Anti-Mage can blink himself over walls. So it's not going to be that effective unless you have a brilliant vacuum to combine it up with to get the Anti-Mage in there. And Beastmaster, of course, as well. Very tanky hero to have. Sturdy hero. Blumberg's trying to be smoking up. Trying to use Krilly as bait here, and it looks to be successful. Darkseer hanging around there. Nova, close by. We do have the support team squad. I say support squad. Smash is there too, but I'm not quite sure if he's not part of the support squad with his score. But, well. And look at that. Hand of Midas. Keeping Lifesteal on top of the charts now, right now, with the net worth. Still gonna be 3 heroes of 4FC following him up though. And Nova not really yet ready to farm, especially because he bought a Hand of Midas. Doesn't really have anything yet. Nice Hawk scouting things out. Blumberg seeing Crystal Maiden there. They're gonna go for him. That's gonna be Axis flying, and that's gonna be a Crystal Maiden killed off before the fight even starts. It's gonna be a Roar and an Entangle up on the Darkseer. In comes the Anti-Mage. Mana Void's gonna be there. Nice vacuum still happens, but the Darkseer goes down. Anti-Mage blinks himself away. Illuminate to fly through. But also an Illuminate coming off from Strangby, who gets his stick charge to keep himself up. It is the Keeper of Light that ends up going down, and now Nova is gonna be the next one. Nova dies. 4 dead. 0 dead on the side of 4FC. 4 dead on the side of Denial. And this should be warranting for Tier 1 Tower, the only one that got away. Ironically enough, is Dragon Knight, who popped his dragon form, apparently did not use any of his mana or HPs, and just thought, you know what, screw you guys, I'm out of here. Gets himself a regen rune building towards the, well, the Lothar still, or the Shadow Blade, there we go. Illuminate's trying to stop the push if it comes in, 4FC. Taking quite a bit of damage with that. Do they have a mechanism is the question. Yes, they do. Vacuum there, and mechanism kind of needed for the bear. Illuminate will fly through from the Rubik Seal as well, though, and that's a bear dead, by the way. 300 gold going the way of the Radiant team. Boomski. Boomski? No, not Boomski. He doesn't have a bear. Krilly gets himself a new bear. Bear gets frostbitten, and Krilly gets eaten up. If he dies now, he doesn't have a bear for the next one. Roar goes off on Nova, and Krilly tries to escape, won't escape, will go down, but has of course got that Aegis. Vacuum is gonna put everybody around there. That's an infest into a Chen creep. Nova gets himself out. Crystal Maiden goes down in the meantime. 61-16, getting that, gets a Dragon Tail in the face. Smash comes in, gets entangled. Smash, Hand of God there. Smash gets smashed and goes down. It is 0-6-0. That's the score for the Dragon Knight. Onich getting called off for 4FC. Nova, you're gonna be trying to run for his life. Rages and runs, as that is gonna be maybe a counter initiation again, maybe a turn and burn for 4FC if they want to do this, because they are getting chased. Smashes down on full HP, full mana. He bought back. He really wants to make something happen. He goes for Boomski. Gets a Dragon 2 off. Boomski is gonna be his target. Iron Shell's gonna be there as well, and oh my god, he got himself a kill. And it's 3-15 on the kill score, and 4FC, they sacrifice their Chen to back out. They don't get the tier 2 tower. Actually, they don't get a tier 2 tower at all. Like, not even a little bit. Well, they got a little bit, but it's not little enough to be even a little bit. I know. I'm awkward. We might be able to get a tier 2 tower of their own, which would be actually quite nice. We have an Aghanims up on Blumberg, so that extra range is going to make a big difference. Of course, also shorter cooldown, but I have been told that the range is the one that you're going to get that Aghanims for. I've not been told that, actually. I read that on Twitter. Twitter is awesome. We're gonna We see the tower probably fall unless 4FC thinks to defend it. They have got the fortification. They use it. In the meantime, a bit of a push here from the anti-mage. He's got his Battle Fury almost. It's still a fairly slow Battle Fury, but he has been involved in fights. He's had a tough start. And to be fair, the rest of his team is doing fine without him. Nova still picks up the gold for the tower, and the tier 2 goes down, and nobody of 4FC ending up coming in. They were hanging around there, but nothing more than that. Boomski in the meantime, 600 gold in his inventory. We have got anti-mage still continuing his farm. I mean, the thing is, right, in this game, 4FC, they don't even need to rush. They don't even have their Aghanims, or sorry, their Radiance up just yet. And the Radiance is going to be something that 4FC, really at least, is going to be waiting for before getting even more involved. But he's already been in 8 out of the 15 kills. And that's something that you don't normally see. And this is, by the way, an off-lane, suicide lane lone druid that will probably have his Radiance at about 22 minutes or so. 23 perhaps, depending on how many of these text camps he's gonna find. No, only one. Well. And that's a very fast Radiance for a suicide lane lone druid. Of course, he had an easier time than other suicide lanes might have at some points. I mean, you got yourself the Darkseer up against you that actually rotated a couple of times towards that mid lane. And the Nile, calling in the dragon, has got the Shadow Blade ready, and they look for push. Push on the mid lane. No mana up on the Dragonite though, and a bit sad for him. Crystal Maiden doesn't have her aura skilled. He could definitely use that, but he gets an Illuminate. I mean, or a Chakra Magic, I should say. Because of course, there is a Keeper of Light in their team, that helps. And they are able to push down this tower probably. There's no fortification this time. And 4FC, a bit slow on the response. Or just not choosing not to respond. Ooh, deny. Incoming from the Chen. Boomski making it happen. Dragon Tail, illusion though. They were really not happy with that illusion. Surge up, Strangby. Can he catch someone looking for telekinesis? Perhaps he can find someone. Of course, that Surge is stolen. He could really use a Blink Dagger, but he's going for a 4-staff first. Surge up, Surge up. You can't really try to go for a Lifestealer because of course he has that rage. But oh well. And the Lifestealer rotates top to push the lane back out. Anti-Mage or Surly, Lone Druid already gone though. Lone Druid has got the Relic. Looking for the Radiance. Close by. And based on request, here it comes. Pings.
Top tower is under attack.
And this is going to be the pings of this game. We see about 200 for 4FC. Denial sitting at about 200 as well, though. But you can see it 270 for the lowest, for the highest, 70 for the lowest. Misoku sitting at 70. 4FC all about the same thing. It's US East is a server. Sorry for the cat sounds.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's a Radiance ready. That's a 22-minute Radiance as called for. And we've got the Nile trying to do some damage control. I mean, if you look at late game from these both teams, you see like, okay, you know what? You have an Anti-Mage and a Lone Druid on one side. You've got yourselves the Dragonite and the Lifestealer on the other side. Like already then, with those two, those two or four, I guess. The two that you would favor is the Lone Druid and the Anti-Mage. And then you think you know that's okay because the Dragonite and the Lifestealer should, in theory, peak earlier than the Anti-Mage and the Lone Druid. But that doesn't seem to be the case at all. I mean, Smashed is not really getting anything done, even though right now he is doing a lot better than he did before in terms of net worth. He is trying to catch up, and he's actually fairly close by the rest of his team. He is on par with the Darkseer. I mean, it's still. Let me don't get me wrong. It's still not really all that great, but it's still better than, you know, having nothing at all. And he's got a Shadow Blade that will allow him to be a bit more active. Whoa, Crystal Maiden has an infested Lifestealer in her. Frostbite's gonna be there. Infest out. Open wound. Really in some trouble. Gets an entangle up on the Crystal Maiden. In the meantime, Crystal Maiden ends up going down with a burn of the Radiance, just doing enough. There we go. And that's gonna be a bear on the run. Nova can't hit him, and that's just feeding kills to the enemy team. I don't think they were expecting that Radiance to be there, to be fair. Mechanism is gonna be healing Krilly up. And the Crystal Maiden takes a dive. Like, if you're gonna try to gank a hero, that's fine. Taking a Crystal Maiden, you know, nice bait, but you find a lone druid, the one that has got an entangle there, that's got the radiance there. I don't think, like I said, I don't think they saw that just yet, but that was a bit awkward. Crystal Maiden dies. Nobody dies on 4FC. 6th time that Crystal Maiden dies. A Crystal Maiden who maybe is looking to buy herself in time a Heaven's Halberd to be up against the Anti-Mage. Who knows? Gets herself at least an Ogre Club next to her Belt of Strength. I mean, Treads could still be in the ballpark for her as well. Well, not really a ballpark. I don't really know how you say that. Doesn't matter. Roshan! Second Roshan in the game. 4FC, taking it down.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
In the meantime, Darkseer, bit of the playmaker for Denial. It's got the mechanism still. It's got 1700 gold. He's not doing bad though. Like, he's only died once, which is pretty decent. I mean, if we look at the scores of everybody, he's doing better than some of his teammates. But he's only been involved in 1 kill as well, and they're not really trying to make something happen. And right now, this would be the time that you would think they would try to make something happen, like right now. But Nova gets roared already. Darkseer wall goes down. And everybody just walks through it, but they don't care. Nova is the one to go down. Krilly has got his bear, very low HP. Will be able to resummon it if need be. And just wants to try to go for the... What is it? Is an AFK Crystal Maiden? No, goes for a Frostbite. Bear goes down, but the bear will get resummoned. The Aegis is there, so why not resummon your bear, Krilly? There it is! It gets the Radiance Burn back and chases down the Crystal Maiden with it. Gets it summoned back, though, because he really wants a Darkseer rather than a Crystal Maiden. Hand of God will be there as Dragon Knight goes down in the mid lane. Mid lane also has Masoku running for his life. It is gonna be the so it is gonna be the Darkseer that goes down. Crystal Maiden ended going down here. There was no hero around there, but she didn't have a TP. And Keeper of Light goes down too as well. That's a team wipe across the board. So we have 3 people of Denial fighting top, and they fight up against these 2, right? They fight up against Krilly and Blomberg. Those were the only 2 there. And we've got 2 of the people of Denial fighting the mid lane up against 3. And not able to win that either. It's surprising. But they all die in the end, and there was a bit of awkward following that, but I hope you followed it all and you saw what happened. Nobody dies on 4FC, everybody dies on Denial. That's basically what happened. We still have the Lone Druid, by the way. He hasn't died yet the entire game. Very involved Lone Druid as well, not just something that sits on the lane farming. And they go in again. Open Wood's already up on the Anti-Mage, but he doesn't care. Doesn't matter. Nova getting roared again. Nova already dead. Or not. On the toggling, maybe might save his life. But he will end up going down. Gets picked up by a godlike Krilly. Now Dragon Tail up on Blomberg. Illuminate will also do some damage while it's there. Not enough to take people down though. Mystico going down. That's going to be another kill for Krilly. And the double kill smash is going to be next. Lands a Dragon to kill. Anti-Mage is in some trouble. Anti-Mage goes down. Dragon Knight, second kill of the game, but goes down with him. Buys back again though. Aegis gets burned. Lone Druid on the run. That's a bear that is very troublesome because this is the last bear that they have. Bear, run. Krilly goes down. Strangby is going to be the next target. I don't think he can live to see the end of this one. Telekinesis is still going to be there, trying to stun back up on some people. He's got himself Mana Bleak though. Surges himself away. But yeah, how far can he actually try and run this over, right? We have got the Dragon 2 up again for Smash, but he doesn't even need it. The Iron Shell and just the right clicks are going to be enough for FC. They just dove a little bit too far. Lose a couple of their heroes, lose the Aegis, don't get the tier 2 tower in return. But finally, Denial, they fight back, they get themselves a fight, and now we're going to see some graphs, because maybe we're now going to see some more changes in the graph rather than just see it going all the way down. We see it sitting at 7,000, that's not true, around, I would guess this is around 8,000 gold, 9,000 something gold. It's going back up a little bit, but only a little bit. Experience graph is going to be maybe a bit more clear, especially since during this downtime, as in during 4FC having some heroes dead, they will not be able to farm, they will not be able to get experience, but I mean the difference is still quite big. It is 7 to 25, 4FC. They are looking good, they are not out of the, or they're not in... Like, I keep wanting to say ballpark, but ballpark is like knocks it out of the ballpark, but they haven't knocked this out of the ballpark just yet, because they still have a potential to throw, as we just saw, just going in over their heads, going for the kills rather than just for safe for towers and backing off. Got a BKB being built up on Smash. Of course, he bought back during that previous fight. Quite an expensive fight for him. Quite funny to see that he's got 4 kills but 0 assists. In the meantime, indeed the sign's ready upon the Crystal Main. They go for Heaven's Helpers all around because we already have the Keeper of Light having one. And there goes the Darkseer on the bottom lane. Anti-Mage able to pick him up. A Roar was used there as well. There's a Fate Bolt and the Iron Shell. Darkseer out too far. In the meantime, Keeper of the Light, sorry, Chen actually taking quite a bit of a beating here. He does have a Hand of God, but he does use it. Infest out will do the damage though. And that's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade, but actually normally, like in terms of heroes, you'd think that the preferable trade goes the way of 4FC. But just losing heroes at the moment, just getting heroes picked up, the Denial actually getting back into this game is probably worth, like, not worth the kill. Like, you don't want to trade at the moment. If you're ahead, you want to just continuously be ahead rather than just trade. Trading allows your opponent to keep themselves into the game and gives them a better chance of taking the game in the end. We've got the Mantle Style up on the Anti-Mage. In the meantime, the Bear getting stunned up. They really want to take it down. The Dragon Tail was already there. Frostbite there now as well, and they should be able to take this down. Wow. They actually popped the Dragon Form for that, but hey, 3 on the gold, right? Still quite nice. What did the courier bring? Nothing specific. 1200 gold up on the Anti-Mage. Still don't have a Blink Dagger or a Force Up on Strength. I think he really still needs that to just get his positioning a bit better. Get better steals. Even though he's doing quite well, don't get me wrong. You know, his could always be better. Especially his hero is, like Rubik is such a important hero for positioning. And he has stolen the Illuminate. Better yet, he's stolen the Illuminate that you get in the Spirit form from the Keeper of Light. That's the best one that you can have. Just the one that charges up. Strength getting slowed, gets himself a Telekinesis up on the Dragon, or sorry, Darkseer, gets a Roar. Goes down, 1 Illuminate, coming right up. With the Ghost Scepter there, not really helping out. Smash! Gotta run, but goes down as well. BKB won't help you now. Same thing goes for Mystico. Doesn't even have a BKB. Double kill for the Anti-Mage. Looking for a kill on the Rubik. Keeper of Light. Wow. Awkward. Triple kill for the Anti-Mage. And that was just controlled by 4FC. They've got control in the jungle. GG gets cold. GG gets cold and 4FC. They take it. Last fight, not really that spectacular. Just positioning coming off from the Nile. They had a chance for a little while, but don't try to prolong it. 4FC just dominating all the way, of course, we've seen it on the graphs. Graphs don't lie. 4FC take it, convincing fashion, and we will see them again against EG in the next best of 3, which will start straight after this one. It's the loser bracket finals that we'll see. Denial will have to say goodbye to those guys because, of course, this is the loser bracket round number 1 matchup in Group C for the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament, which means that there's only 2 teams that make it out to the playoffs. It's the 2 teams that are getting ahead of their groups. The winners bracket finals already decided that Dignitas was the one that got the first spot, and the second spot will be decided in the loser bracket finals. EG, 4FC will be the 2 participants in that one. Wow, English is tough. We are gonna see the next game though. Stick around, more Dota 2 action in a moment. Of course, if you wanna support me, you can follow me on Twitter. Follow me on twitter.com/SheeverGaming. And just being on Twitter, that's already nice as well. I realized today that you kinda can't watch matches without Twitter. Brings so much hype, brings so much extra stuff. Definitely worth it. Anyways, stick around and we'll be back in a moment. I will be back in a moment.